Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Devilish Simmer and today we are returning back to Jason Fields. Now if you can remember yesterday's episode, it did not turn out too great. We had a couple of disastrous moments, and the main one being Jason Fields now being a plant sim. Not what I was hoping for, not what I was planning. Not really what I wanted, but here we are. Now, today's episode, we are going to hopefully work upon his new plantism and try and turn it to our advantage. Now, since you have been gone, I have been working a little bit on Jason. He has been harvesting some crops. He's gained a little bit of extra money. And he's got some crops in his inventory. And I have also managed to upgrade his planter area a little bit, so he can now start growing more plants in order to hopefully try and get more money coming in. I've also been working on some relationships. We have now got our love interest in a love situation. And it is being reciprocated, so we're getting somewhere on that one. We also have our friendly Sheba coming to visit us on a daily basis and sees me as a pet friend. We've also picked up some relationships along the way with a couple of other townsfolk. We still haven't got our fridge. If you remember, we got the repo man turn up. We are still missing our fridge. However, because we are now a plant sim, we don't actually need that fridge. So that has sort of worked in our favour a little bit. Before we go any further, I would like to just go into a bit of detail regarding the plant sim state, as I have had someone asking me what has happened to him. Jason Fields is now a plant sim. A sim turns into a plant sim from using the bug spray repellent too many times consecutively, and eventually it turns you into a plant sim. We do have a couple of benefits for being a plant sim. One being our needs. We have very little needs. Being a plant sim, you only have to look after sunlight, water, and love. Love is basically just a replacement for your social as a normal sim. So, interacting with other sims and chatting to friends, making friends, having family around you, being nice to people, that'll build your love meter. Water, quite self-explanatory. Anything to do with water. Plants need water. So when a sim drinks water, when the sim bathes in water, it'll put your water bar up. And again, sunlight. Pretty self-explanatory. Plants need sun. So we need to come outside and we need to bask in the sunlight to get our sun meter up. We can also purchase a sun lamp from the garden centre, which can replace standard interior lights, and that will act as a sun replacement. So that will also affect your sunlight meter. Standard lights don't do anything, but the sun lamp, which is this one here, the garden toast lamp, that will affect your plant sim's sunlight meter. It is also the lamp that you would use for like greenhouses to aid growing your plants. Normally your plants would stop growing at night and they wouldn't continue progressing in their stage at night time. But if you have a conservatory and have these lamps shining on them, then when the sun goes down, the process of the plants growing continues because the lamp replicates the sun and continues the plant in its growth state. So if you have a greenhouse and this lamp, you will notice that your plants will grow and become harvestable much sooner than what these plants here right now will harvest. Other than that, plant sims aren't really that much different. They can still interact with the rest of the world like normal sims do. The only difference with them is their obvious appearance and the fact that they no longer need to eat and they no longer need to sleep, which can have its benefits. They can still go out and get jobs, they can still go out and socialise and do communal activities. That is a plant sim. What is the plan of today's episode? Well, today's episode is Jason needs to set up a rolling income. So what we are going to aim for today is setting up a little home business where he can start selling his produce that he is growing. Where do we begin? At the moment, with no funds, it's going to be quite difficult because we need to purchase a few items in order to set up a business. So let's just look after these plants. We can use this bug spray as much as we want now because we've got no fear of turning into a plant sim now. And everything is needing spraying now. So let's just have a little nosy. We're going to need to buy a shop sign for a start. Let's just pop that on the wall. And we're going to need a cash register. And for this particular business, we are going to need a packing station, which I cannot afford. There's no way I'm going to be able to afford a cash register. Nope. So we're going to have to sell some of this current stock. So we've got 160 peppers. We can get rid of some of them. Let's take that down to 100. Okay, so that's given us a little starting bonus there. We will purchase the packing station, which I'll just place somewhere in here. And we are going to need a little table. In fact, what I could do, brilliant, I can afford one of them. £100 for a market stall is very cheap. I might actually go into SimPE at some point and alter the pricing on that stall because we don't want a stall that cheap. So let's just place that out here. And we can then have our register. So that is everything we're going to need for this little business. So he's going to have a little market stall selling his fruit and veg out on his front lawn. So now we need to start the business. So what I'm going to do first is let's create the items to sell. So we've got some lemons to sell. I could have actually done with putting this packing station outside. That way he can get his sunlight. Let's pack the eggplants. We've got some of them. And we will also pack the peppers. So let's just quickly tend to this garden. It's getting a bit ill. And he didn't do the peppers, did he? Okay, so the garden is doing quite well at the moment. We've got some mail in. We will go grab that now. 113. Okay, so the next stage of this business. We need to display our stock. So we have some peppers, eggplants and lemons. So we can only put a couple out, I believe. So we'll put some peppers out and some eggplants. So what we need to do now is set the business up. So for that, we need to go to the phone. And we will click on business and start home business. Would you like to start a home business with Jason as the owner? Would you like to start a community lot? Or if you would like to start a community lot, choose real estate. No, we would like a home business. And there we go. It's as quick as that. So now we have a new little UI on the screen up in this top right hand corner, which is our business UI. This is everything we need to use in order to operate the business. From your customer loyalty, your employees database, your cash, your information of your business, and your sales tags. You also get business perks as you go along, which we will come back to these at a later date. So before we can start anything, we need to set our produce for sale. So we go on to our tools, set the price that we would like to sell them for. We are going to start off cheap. So we will select that and then we will select the items we want to sell. So we want to sell the peppers and the eggplants. As you can see, the eggplants will sell for 647 and the peppers will sell for 231. We will turn that off. Our sign is currently open. So we will now start seeing some customers come to the lot and hopefully purchase some of our produce. What I will do now is I will lock this door and I will allow household only, and we will lock the back door as well. So we have someone looking at our stock. And we've just sold a produce. So it changes the produce to the restock sign and can now ring his order up. Now, as you can see, He's taking a long time to do this. This is because he's got no qualifications, or he's got no badges in this particular task. Now, for cash register, restocking and sales, they all come with a badge system: bronze, silver and gold. Now, depending what badge you have, depends how good you are at that task. So, obviously, the higher your badge, the quicker and the better you are at performing that task. We also have a badge system for other areas of the game as well, such as gardening, fishing and other hobbies. I do have a badge in gardening, and as you can see, I've got a gold level badge in gardening. So that allows me to be able to do better things in gardening, such as unlocking more fruits and vegetables to harvest. It also allows me to do more interactions with the plants in order to make them grow better, such as the ability to talk to. So we've just sold that first produce. So what we will do now is we need to restock the missing produce. And we've restocked, ready for the next customer to purchase. Now, I wish this lot would stop chatting and start buying. Oh, we have a fight. And let's see if we can sell to another customer. Those two are really at it. Oh, they hate each other. I love the fact he gave... Oh, and they're off. Anyone would think it's Black Friday. Although they're not actually fighting over my produce. I love the fact that they're giving my business negative loyalty stars because those two decide to fight. Oh, no, she gave me a good one. No, she gave me a bad one again. Ah, and they're off again. We have more drama than EastEnders. Oh look, our Sheba's back. We shall greet Sheba. And we will adopt you. Sheba has grown quite fond of Jason. Would you like to adopt Sheba? Yes. And we now have Sheba as part of our family. So he now sees me as his master. and we are the best friends forever. Pack. And I'm trying to look for... So he's a genius, he's hyper, independent, he's aggressive, and he's a bit of a pig pen finicky. So he is yard broken, he's calm, he is very playful, and he's respectful. So he won't destroy my furniture, but he will pee all over it. He won't attack Sims, and he's very playful. These are all behaviours, so you can teach the dog to behave in either way. So depending how you teach him will depend on how he will behave. So, we now have a dog in the family. What we are going to do now is we're just going to shut this business for the night. I am tired of the drama today. We had enough drama in the last episode. Now we've got loads in this one. So I am going to scold him for being dirty. So now he has learnt a new behaviour, which is clean or filthy. Now, depending on which way he goes, depends on whether he wants to be clean or filthy. So, what are we going to do now? So, we've got our business set up. We've got our garden in full swing. We now have a dog. We are still a plant sim. Let's do the crossword. Let's get that out of the way for the day and earn ourselves a bit of logic. Oh, he's destroying my bed. So we will scold him for destroying furniture. And there we go. He has now learnt the top of not destroying furniture. You can compost that. Okay, right, so where are we? What was I about to do? So, yes. He has now learnt the top of being respectful. So now he should never destroy furniture. We'll wait and see on that one. So now we have a dog. We need to buy a few supplies. So what we need is a bowl. And we will also get him a little chew bone. We'll leave him with just that for now. Let's fill his bowl up. I've filled your bowl, you can eat. There we go. So what I am going to work on when I am off camera is I will work on his aspiration meter a little bit, as we seem to be heading into the realms of depression here. That's brought him up a little bit. I don't think we're going to quite get any harvestables out of today. Now this house really is not suitable for plant sims really, because ideally you want to build your houses with plenty of light and plenty of windows and preferably roof lights, skylights to let in as much sun as possible. So when you are indoors all the time, you're still getting your sunlight meter filled up. So this house really is not suitable. But we will have to make do for the time being, as we do not have the funds. Okay, we've got some harvestables coming through here. And he's peed on the floor again. Let's tell him off. Ah, now our sink's gone. Marvellous. If it's not one thing, it is another. Try fixing it before you clean it. Okay, so we're going to harvest all these eggplants here. And we're going to plant the eggplants. I can hear dripping water. But where is dripping water come from?
Shabak! We go! Shabak!
Right, I'm needing some sunlight. Okay, so I've passed out in the bathroom because I've got no sunlight. And yeah, that's what happens when plant sims don't get enough sunlight. And he's struggling for water now. Okay, we are in a sorry state right now. We need drink, but we can't go in the house. We need sunlight, but... Right, we got our water back. Let's try and stay outside for a bit. And we've got our pepper plants coming through. You really need to stop peeing in the house. Okay, so we're going to wash Sheba because he's very smelly. Not going to be able to see much though because it's pitch black. Oh, come on. Wash Sheba. I really do need to buy some lights. And that's our little Sheba all cleaned up. There we go. And he's having a little chew on his chew toy. Okay, so we now have our business up and running. We have our adopted pet. We are looking after a thriving garden. And now we just have one little thing to do. And this is another little part of being a plant sim, and it is probably one of the little advantages to being a plant sim, where it is very, very, very simple, and it's probably the easiest way in the game to produce a family and create a family. And that is the pure fact of I literally don't have to do anything. So let's go ahead and grow plant baby. There is a new family member on the way, and it is a baby boy. We will call him Bluebell. He is Bluebell Fields. Accept. And here is our little plant sim toddler. And it literally is that simple to create a baby as a plant sim. Both males and females can do it. You don't even need a partner. You can just click on yourself and grow baby, and you don't even have to wait. You literally pop out a baby there and then. If I really want to, I can click on myself and there you go, grow plant baby. I can literally pop out another baby right this second. I'm not going to, however. One baby and one dog with no money is more than enough to look after. But you can literally grow a whole family of however many Sims you want within literal seconds. So, for this episode, we are going to leave it there. We now have a dog. We now have a baby. What am I doing? So, until the next episode, happy simming!